Hello everybody and welcome to SkoufCodes. I'm Skoof. Thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's been a really long time, friends. It's been a good, at least 3 weeks. Long enough that the homepage of my Twitch stream now shows no videos, which is not great. Not great for the old publicity. They are, of course, always available on YouTube, and you can check out a link down here somewhere that'll take you to the YouTube page. I'm archiving all the videos from the stream, but yeah, it's been far too long. If you're a repeat customer, thank you for coming back. If you're a new viewer, thank you for joining. I appreciate your time on this Sunday evening for me. Feel free to jump in the comments in the chat and tell me what time it is where you live. So it has been a while, and I apologize for that, and hopefully I'll be getting back to a little bit more of a regular schedule now. I did actually just take on a new job about 3 weeks ago, hence the roughly 3-week hiatus, and I just figured it'd be prudent to sort of get into a bit of a rhythm there before I dove back into the streaming. But I've really been missing it. I've really been missing chatting with all you lovely people and working on projects in my own time, because as much fun as it is at work, and I'm having a great time, I'm very happy that I've made this work change. It's good to just hack on a little bit of stuff on our own time. So tonight we're going to be doing something fun. I kind of thought, should I go back to what I was working on last time, which was the light pet stuff, little React TypeScripty thing. But I thought, no, you know what? I'm just going to do something a little different. And I've just realized that I don't think I've started up my Docker container that updates the little, where are we? The little latest follower down here, because I had to reboot my computer, which is why I was late. Again, I apologize. I turned on my computer and I tried to start streaming and everything went to crap. So I had to reboot and everything, and so I do need to start that container. Actually, let's switch over to that view so you can see what I'm doing. It's nothing particularly interesting. What did we call that repository again? I think we called it Twitch something. Maybe it's upper level. Maybe it's in that Twitch folder. Oops, no. Maybe it's in that Twitch folder. So, nope, it's not there. Where did I put it? It's not somewhere in here, is it? Showing you all the random stuff I've got going on in here. Where is it? Where is it? Twitch data. It was there. We should just be able to do a... Ooh, let's see if I did a good job documenting this. I did. Docker compose start. Cool. We're up and running. So now, in theory, I'll switch back to the big camera. In theory, this little thing down here should update if anybody follows. Feel free to do that, by the way. That helps me out. That would be absolutely lovely. It'd be absolutely lovely to get to 50 followers, because then I can start, you know, getting some extra stuff with subs and whatever, and unlock tiers of Twitch stuff. So, onto the topic for today. What we're going to be doing today is, it's going to be a little bit of fun. It's going to be a little bit of a hack. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's 100% going to work. But what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and... So a friend of mine, a good friend, an ex-colleague, but still a wonderful friend, chatting with him a little while ago, just kind of brainstorming ideas about what I could do on the stream. And he said, well, I wonder how easy it would be to automate. So we have a supermarket chain here in Australia, which will remain unnamed, though you'll be able to figure it out very easily, because I haven't blanked that data from any of the sample emails that we're going to be using. But anyway, nonetheless, a supermarket chain in Australia sends out these emails, which they have like a reward point system, and they send out these emails, and you have to click a link in the email that they send you, and then that activates some special double points, triple points. I don't know. I don't use it. I think I'm not interested in these reward points, but it does something. It activates something on your reward points account, and then from what I've seen from some of the samples that my friend sent me, who may in fact drop in this evening, so he can help us out with some of the intricacies. Based on that, if you click activate, you activate the email, or click the activation link in the email. then your account gets activated with this special deal, and then like if you buy a certain amount of something or you spend a certain amount of something within a certain amount of time, then you get to, sorry, I'm just going to mute my phone there, then you get extra points or double points or some bonus, whatever. And so he said to me, well, it's a waste of my time, and they sometimes get, if you're, I personally use Inbox by Google, but if you use Gmail as well, it does that sort of bundling, and it'll bundle together those sorts of promotional emails, and you can very easily ignore them, very easily miss them because they're time sensitive. It's, in a lot of cases, it's probably pretty likely that you would fulfill the conditions for getting the extra points. You just don't have time to click through all your bloody promotional emails in your inbox. So what if we could automate that? And I said, yeah, that doesn't sound too hard at all. Take a little sip of my wine. Oh, I forgot some water. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I might take a break to get some water in a bit. And so can we automate that? Can we automate the process of going through your inbox? So there's going to have to be a few components here. There's going to have to be, on the Gmail side, I think my friend uses Gmail. There's going to have to be some sort of forwarding, but that shouldn't be too hard to do. I haven't actually looked into what Gmail can do in terms of email forwarding, but it should be fairly straightforward to just say anything that matches this pattern or is from this particular sender, forward it to this. And the idea is, hey, Xenocron, thanks for coming back. I was saying before, apologies, I'm not sure if you saw, apologies for not streaming for a little while. Yeah, so it should be, there's definitely going to be a component of, we're going to have to forward the emails somewhere. So I wonder if that follow account is, oh no, it should be okay. We're going to have to forward the emails from my friend's mailbox to something, and then we're going to have to do some processing there and click on the links automatically from there. And so the architecture that I've come up with is I have signed up for a tool, and I did put that in the I can switch to the desktop view. What's it called? Mail. It should be in my Cloudmailin. Cloudmailin. It's a service I've signed up for, and what that allows you to do is it gives you, every time this inbox that you set up using Cloudmail, it's a nice little animation there, curious how that's done, a little parallax thing. Every time an email hits this inbox, it will post the contents of the email to an endpoint of your choice. So what I'm thinking in terms of architecture is my friend who wants to game his reward point system, sets up a filter that will filter the particular emails that he wants to this particular inbox. Then this inbox from Cloudmailin will forward that on, will send a post to a web server that I control that's going to run in AWS, probably behind an application gateway or something like that. I may have to do a little bit of browsing of the AWS docs to figure out exactly what I need. And I think that will hit a Lambda, and then the Lambda will do some additional parsing to figure out where the correct links are. Because you can't just click all the links. Because I did notice in one of the samples, and we'll take a dive into some of the samples in a second, but in one of the samples, there actually was both a link that said, if you want this service, click here, and it also said if you don't want it. And they had very similar patterns, they just had slightly different data in them I could see. So we're going to have to do a little bit of sort of scraping through the data to figure out what the right link is, and then click that link. And I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I don't know if we can just do a curl request, or we can, thinking maybe we might write this in Node using TypeScript, or maybe even Python, just because requests are quick and dirty and easy in Python. And we'll probably have to spoof I suspect it would be best to spoof the user agent so that it looks like it's coming from a browser. Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but we'll see how we go. And then we're done. And then I think what also would be nice, if possible, is so we're going to have some sort of system of filtering through these emails to figure out where the right link is. We're going to probably would be a good idea to have a if they don't match any of the criteria, we might need to set something up so we can send the emails back to the main inbox. That would be a nice little feature, though that might be a bit of a stretch. But yeah, that's kind of the plan, right? We're going to set up this system to automatically go through emails using a bit of AWS jiggers and see if we can't help my friend get a bunch more rewards points for a named large supermarket. So I have already signed up with these guys, and hopefully it'll just sign in with Google. You'll get to see all my other Google accounts, but that's all right. There's nothing particularly interesting there. Cool, I've got this email. So this is our email address. So this is where we're going to send our test emails to this address, and and this is the post target. So this is where it's posting to when it receives an email, right? Deliver it to your HTML endpoint as an HTTP post. So basically what we want to do is we want to set up something backing this address, and obviously this is fictional, but we can just get some random AWS address. It doesn't really have to be pretty because it's just exposed to us. In fact, it's probably even nicer if it's not pretty because it's just going to be us using it. And then we want to do some processing from there. So let's I think I have a pretty decent grasp over what we're going to need on the AWS side. Let's start. Let me just show you what these emails look like. I'm just going to switch to big camera for a sec while I kind of look at. The big camera is bloody good because it means I can look at stuff in the background and make sure nothing particularly identifiable is in the frame. Let's have a look at this. Just trying to get rid of my friend's name. Make sure he's not in there. I can probably, yeah, this'll do. So okay, so if I just keep the viewport exactly where it is, you shouldn't see anything too identifiable. So this is a sample that he sent me. You can see in the middle here, it says, and if you're an astute observer and you live in Australia, you can probably tell which supermarket it is. But again, I'm not going to mention them by name because I don't think that would be at all necessary. You can see there's this button here that says activate now. And if we actually inspect what the contents of that, let's just go paste bin. If we inspect the contents of that link, you can see, well, it says the brand there right now. Anyway, surely there's some legal doctrine where as long as I don't actually say the name out loud, there's nothing that we can get in trouble about. Not that this is necessarily particularly illicit. But anyway, you can see that's their domain that they're going to, and then there's this data. This appears to be some sort of data blob at the end. Nothing but a lurker. Thanks for joining us again. The DevOps books, I think I did buy that Humble Bundle. A very, very good set of books. There's been some great coding stuff on Humble Bundle lately. I'm pretty sure I picked that one up, but I could be wrong. So you can see there's some sort of data blob at the end of this link. And I think, now this is exactly what I was talking about. See how there's this link here as well? It says, no, I'm not interested in this offer. We don't want to click that, right? And the only difference there is that the data blob is different. You can see they actually start the same, and then where is it? Up to here, and then they diverge, right? Pick my drinking act up. I am drinking a little glass of wine here. Nothing but a lurker, which I picked up kind of on a whim from the local Seddon Wine Store. Shout out to Seddon Wine Store. Great guys. But I don't really love this. It's some like strange, it's called like field blend, and it said on the label, it said in the store what varieties are in there, and it sounded interesting, and I don't really love it. It's just kind of a huge fruity fruit bomb, which is not really what my palate is about. No pinky pointing. Well, I can't help that. That's involuntary. Anyhow, so that's what I'm drinking. So as you can see, we can't really go off of the links themselves. Wouldn't it be lovely if it said /activate/ and then data bundle? That would be pretty easy. We could just filter for that. But no, instead we're actually going to have to, I suspect, parse the HTML here and go, okay, anything in an activate now box is what we want to click on. Let me just go back to big camera and I'll pull up another example that my friend sent me in the background, because what would be sick is if they consistently, they do. So what you'll see here is they've got another activate now. So potentially, if we can just look through the HTML and figure out any link whose text is activate now and just click that, then maybe that's what we want to do. And that may well be a good starting point. Oops, I've got his name on there. Anyway, I don't think he's too fussed about that. So these are some of the sample emails. I have downloaded 2 of these emails and chucked them in a text file and removed any identifying information. And that text file is in the little folder that I've started for this project. So that's kind of the structure. Now, the other thing that I've never really dealt with before is, what did I call this? You name something and then you immediately forget what you called it. I think I called it rewards or automated, there it is, automated rewards. Excuse my sniffling. So I've got 2 of these sample messages in here as text. And what's interesting about them is that I have no fucking idea what the hell is going on here. So I've just removed all of the header data, which is what Gmail gives you when you do a dump of an email. And I've de-identified, you can see I replaced his name here with XXXX. And you can see that all the text is here, including some sort of weird sort of control-y character type stuff. And then we get to the end and it's like, oh, it's finished. Also, this is quite a long, you can see it's 2200 lines here. So, okay, now here's some, I think I've removed any identifying information from here. Yeah, okay, so now this looks more like, this looks like HTML. Okay, so where is that activate now? Activate now. Is this case sensitive search? Yes, it is. Can I post one of those blobs? Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Let me just chuck it in a paste bin. Feel free to look through it. Probably don't click anything in there because it is actually my friend's data. I have, like I said, I did a bit of a search for his name, which appeared in his email. And I'll just, let's put syntax hiding to HTML. Actually, that may make things easier. Let's put it unlisted, so you have to have the link. Email message 1. Alright. Cool, there we go. Oh, automatic spam detection filter. There you go. QGTY. That was an easy one. Alright, cool. Here we go. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that little sort of binary, it's got to be some encoded data, and the fact that they both start with the same value for the activate and that I'm not interested is curious. Well, that HTML formatting didn't seem to work very well. Did it? Oh, maybe it did. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna still go through here because okay. Right. The activate now button. Oh, that's the only 2. Huh? Oh, is that activate now button an image? Let me just, sorry, back to the big camera again just so I don't leak his, actually, yeah, just so I don't leak his information at all. Let's go into here, have a look at that activate now button. Is that whole thing an image? Yeah, I mean, I don't, the stuff that I don't know about emails could fill volumes. I really don't know very much about how email formatting works. Oh, it's all caps. That'll be why. Sorry. Okay. Back to the desktop view. So, it's in fact activate now. There it is. Okay. It only appears in a few spots. Yep. And where's our link? It is, there's image source. It's that one. THO. Hello. Thank you very, very much for joining. JJ's a dear friend, ex-colleague. Again, lots of ex-colleagues popping in, which I really, really appreciate. Yeah, thanks for popping by. Hope you enjoy. So we figured out the link that we need to click. Okay, so that's half the battle there. So it seems like we can do some sort of XPathy selection based on... I mean, this is ugly as hell. I probably should format this, but this is our little magic spot. And there's the closing of the A. Let's yank that to our system buffer. Yanked. And then target html.html. And paste. There we go. Now, is that properly formatted? Do I have pretty? I don't have something to pretty. Oh, hang on. Let's copy. Yeah. Really need to. Look. We'll crack this open in an ID in a bit. But I'm happy that I've isolated that. That looks like I've got the right spot. So that's the link that we're going to have to click. Except it's doing this weird equals line breaky thing. But anyway, that's fine. Okay, so we've got that there. I might get started on some of the Terraform. Terraform. Yeah, why not? Okay. So, what do I do? Should I just copy it from my other Terraform repos? Probably. Oh, actually, let's commit that. Samples. So we're just going to move all of those things into the into the samples directory, and then commit everything. Initial commit add sample emails. Cool. So now let's go over to where's my that's SkoufHome Terraform. That's something I worked on here. There it is. What do we have in there? Oh, not very much at all. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. I've shown this on the stream before. This is the setup for my Terraform stuff locally, although this doesn't go out to AWS, so maybe I will need more shit at some point. But okay, we should be good for now. Yeah, I gotta remember, it's been a long time since I set up a Terraform repo from scratch, and it's been even longer since I've actually have been able to copy paste something else, but that's fine. Alright, let's make a Terraform directory. So, oops, wrong page, wrong virtual desktop rather. So, what we want to do is, let's log into the AWS console. Let's just have a poke around there, and let's get our Terraform implementation. AWS, that's what we want. Okay, the AWS provider is what we need, but we need to actually remember how to structure this repo. I know that we have a live folder, which is where our stuff goes, and I'll just touch a README file. I'm already signed in. It's gonna probably prompt me for a 2-factor auth password. Yep. All right. Give me a second. Drinking whiskey will help me, huh? Well, I do have some whiskey. If this wine runs dry, then maybe I'll have to switch to that. But the wine is doing okay for the moment. Got a whole bottle of it, so I got to get through it. All right, 2-factor auth. 8488. Oh, I should probably read it out loud. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's only valid for like right now. I have a big, long, strong password on that. All right, back to desktop view. So I'm pretty sure I don't actually have much in my AWS account right now. So what I think we want to set up is I think we want to set up an API gateway. So what is this? No, I don't want that. Connect the zits. I don't have too many zits, do I? I don't think I do. API gateway. No, maybe we don't want that. Maybe we just want, what section is this under? Maybe we do want an API gateway. I swear there was like a GUI configuration tool for this. New API. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Let's just call it... Yeah, maybe I'll do a little bit of stuff in here and then I'll pull it down to Terraform. So let's call it rewards email receiver. It's not a very good name, but endpoint type regional, I think that'll do. I don't really think we need an edge optimized one. Okay, that's what we need. And we want a post method. Done. At slash integration type lambda function. Yeah, that is what we want at some point. Probably mock for now though. Yeah, just mock for now. And the method execution, the auth we want to, so I think this Cloudmailin service only supports edit target. I think it only supports basic auth. So I think that's what we'll have to do. That's fine. Authorization. Oh, is that the only option? No, surely not. What? Use AWS IAM authorization to have API gateway will verify the signature on requests. No, we don't want that. That's not very helpful. There's got to be a way to do this. API gateway basic auth. And it can be no. You can configure it. Setting it up requires a few steps, so that's not helpful. That's a bit of a pain. I thought it would just be as easy as, I assumed when I clicked here it would just go basic auth and then we're done, but clearly not. Security definition in Swagger. What? I don't want that. That doesn't. What a pain. Alright, whatever. Yeah, I from the looks of it, you can do basic auth and you've got to bump it into a Lambda and get the Lambda to do the basic auth for you. No thanks. I just want to match username and password. Shouldn't be that hard. AWS AWS have some interesting yeah, they make some interesting decisions sometimes. Not interesting, just like you know, just well, it's not that I don't care about security, and look, I kind of don't care about security for this thing, to be honest. It's just like, yeah, something as simple as basic auth, I shouldn't need to kick it out to a Lambda to do it. But anyway, authorizes. Oh, Cognito user pools? No. Oh, we don't want that. Okay, whatever. This'll do. Authorization none, API key not required. Yep, that's what we want. The integration is a mock, and the response... okay. Yeah, that should all be fine for the moment. I don't know what they expect. Probably just a 200 response. Cool. And we want to map this to use your own domain name for an API. We don't really want that. And I think now what we need is a stage. Stage name testing. No, that's not it. Resources, we've got to figure out how to actions. Deploy. New stage. We'll call it testing. Deploy. Okay, cool. So there's the URL. So we should just be able to go copy that link address, paste it into here, save. and just successfully updated, and we should just be able to, yeah, we strongly recommend that. Well, yeah, unfortunately not that easy. Max message size 12k, hopefully you don't fall foul of that. Edit target, and we should just be able to, can we fire them from here? Hopefully. So let's send to 200. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Okay, just keep sending to there. I should just be able to send that a sample email, and we should just get it logged on the other end, I guess. Yeah, alright. Let's try that. How am I going to do this? I'm probably going to have to just put up the big camera again so that I don't let you guys look at all my emails. Not that there's really a whole lot in there. I'm not quite at inbox 0 where I like to be, but that's right. This is all very boring. I'm just pasting in that email address. I'm going to put the subject, hello, and hello, testing from Twitch is the body. Nick. Alright, send. Cool, that's sent. And you did just have a look at my inbox, or whatever. Life will go on. Alright, so email in. Hopefully delayed. I don't know what that means. Status 500. Okay. Internal server error. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll see what the hell's going on over here. There should be some logs for that, hopefully. Oh, we have to actually... crap. Okay. Enable CloudWatch logs. Log full request response. That seems fine. Info. Alright. Sometimes you just want shit to work on AWS, and it just refuses to. CloudWatch logs role ARN must be set in account settings to enable logging. Okay. Okay. Provide an identity and access management role that has write access to CloudWatch logs. Okay. Let's go and create one. That's not the right spot. We want to be in IAM. Let's pin this service up to here. If you've never seen this thing before, it's great. Alexa for business. So what do we want to pin up there? What were we just in? We were just in API Gateway. Amazon API Gateway. Pin that up there, and let's pin IAM up there too. So IAM is what we're going to use to create a role that we can then paste in. Looks awfully wrong. Yet I agree with you, Xenocron. It does look awfully wrong, but that's what I think what's happening is that there's HTML further down. Hang on. Just make sure I did send you the right. Yeah, so there's HTML further down, but the top is just like the raw text, and there's a crap load of stuff in there, and it's possibly repeated a few times or something. I really don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad. Alright, let's go to IAM. So we need a role that will allow us to do CloudWatch stuff. I've got a bunch of roles. What the hell are they for? When the hell did I do that? At some point is the answer. Alright, we want a role, and we want it for an AWS service. The service that will use this role will be API Gateway. Next. Permissions policy. That one. Oh, do we need to just tick that or something? Yes, that's what we want. Oh, it's already auto-added for us. Oh, nice. API Gateway to CloudWatch identity. Sweet. That's pretty straightforward. Thankfully, they get some of that right. At least they know that, yeah, you really probably want to do that pretty straightforwardly. Alright. Back to API Gateway. Let's set that role. Hopefully it's easy to set up. Oh no, this is the sort of shit that should be integrated. Why isn't it not just coming up with an auto Duvalaki? Anyway, that's alright. There's my identity. There's the ARN. Just copy that over there. I don't think this stuff is really secret because you guys can't access it. I mean, yeah, you won't have permissions to do it. So we should be good. And you could guess that anyway. Like, you could guess that name. You could enumerate it well enough. Yes, the agreed Xenocron there is. I think that's just a formatting thing that Google helpfully did. But I don't think... Oh, interesting. I think we should be okay. I just need to strip some stuff out of that. Yeah, it's not the best. I didn't really clean it up very much. Alright, we should be good now. I should be able to see some logs out of there. Stages. Oh, nothing but a lurker. I appreciate that. I hope your kids enjoy the pool. Is it pool at this late at night? That seems... I don't usually go to the pool this late at night, but that's me. Save change. Yeah, we should be good. Alright. Stage variables. Canary. No, we're good. Okay. Now, unless this has fixed itself, we should be able to figure out what's going on. Okay, I'm going to go back to the big camera. I'm going to send another email just to test, and hopefully you should get a CloudWatch log out of it if it's not working. Ideally, it should just work. Wouldn't that be lovely? It'd probably be a little too easy. What's the point if there's no hiccups along the way? I'm just going to be more brief with my email this time. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that pool. Oh, right, okay. No, I'm a big fan of that pool, to be honest. Oh, I almost did it again. Switch back to my inbox before closing my... I'm a big fan of pool. I used to have a close friend. I still do have that close friend, but we used to go to play pool quite often back in the day. Alright. We want to go to CloudWatch. And actually, let's pin that up there too. AWS. It really pisses me off how these are named so inconsistently. Some things have the AWS prefix, some things don't. Anyway, enough ranting for the evening. It's almost 10. There you go. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay. Let's have a look at our events. No, just our logs. That's the one. You can see there's some other stuff in there. Okay, there you go. There's an event. 52. Okay. Okay. Usage plan. Yep. Starting execution. Resource path. Method request headers. Method request body. Execution failed due to configuration error. Status code should be an integer which define a request template. So that sounds like a configuration problem on my end. Okay. This is a request template. Request. What's the problem here? Can I test this? No, I don't need to do that. What does that error say? Oh, that. I should probably set that up. Huh? Add integration response. Oh, okay. Hang on. Does that mean we're good now? Huh? Bloody API gateway. Come on. It shouldn't be this hard. It's hitting a mock endpoint. It should be sending a 200 response back. Alright, what does this say? Method requests. I mean, look, our stuff came through, right? Testing 1, 2, 3. Cloudmail, so content boundaries, because it did multi-part posts. And yeah, this is the plain version, and this is the HTML version. There's some extra shit in there. This is what we want. Execution failed due to configuration error. Let's just Google that. Good old-fashioned Googling the error. My throat is kind of getting a little sore. Okay, this is the problem. Request template in the integration request set up to this. Integration request template. Integration request. There. Body mapping templates. No, that's not what we want. Yeah, this is what we want. Do we want to do... Yeah, that's already in there. That's it. That's what they're trying to tell us to do. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, hang on. Let's try that as a setting. And then we probably have to actually deploy it. What does that mean? It's just giving us little help hints. Why aren't I using Postman? That's an excellent question. That's exactly what I should be doing. Or even Insomnia. Do I have Insomnia installed? Insomnia REST client. Very good point. Nothing but a loco. Thank you. You probably saved me some time. Insomnia Arch Linux. I've been trying to give Insomnia a go lately because I think it's kind of fun. So let's do that. Install packet. No. Insomnia. So Insomnia is an alternative request client to Postman. I just been wanting to give it a go because it's got some cool features apparently. I used it a bit at work. We don't care about that really. Good old Arch Linux. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Oh, well, it's going exceedingly slowly. Yeah, I've noticed that, and I agree with you. Alright, we'll have to let that download. While it's going, we can still troubleshoot this stuff. I think that should fix it up. If we just go to our stages, testing, and we... Oh no, can we actions, deploy to testing. Cool, hopefully that's updated. Was it really Xenocron? I had no idea. I'm gonna have to migrate away from using it then. Thank you for that. I didn't know. Is that legit? Really? I had not heard that. I'm gonna have to stop using it. Oh, look at this. Yeah, I can see something about it. Project is now unmaintained. Wow. There you go. Wow, wow, wow. Cool. AUR man. Sounds like the right one. Okay, well I'm going to start using that from now on, I guess. AUR man. It's in the AUR, I guess. As soon as this is done, I'm going to use it to install AUR man. Yeah, wow. Thanks for the info, Xenocron. Bombshells. I've been using Pack AUR since the bloody beginning. I mean, not the beginning, but like... certainly since I first started using Arch and discovered the AUR pretty quickly. So yeah, wow, very interesting. Doesn't have ZSH completion. That's annoying. That's alright. Cool, okay. So, what was I waiting for? Yes, this to actually work. Can I try again? Oh, 4? Why the hell are there 4? Or does it retry them? My. Maybe it does. Does it try and resend them? Yay. Okay, that's interesting. I'll have to have a look at that one, Xenocron. Maybe it tries resending them. Well, there's more events here. Yes, it looks like it does. How fascinating. I had no idea it did that, so it's going to try resending them. I guess that's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. Deployment history. Yep, we deployed again. What is the problem? Oops. Terraform. Why does it say Terraform? I can see from your Terraform setup you're loading the output JSON file in the integration request template. This is the content API gateway does not expect. Oh, do we have to do something in here? I don't see why we would. Delete that. Oh, maybe that's it. Hey Slayer Darth, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Maybe that'll do it? Maybe. Let's deploy this again. I think this thing's just going to keep retrying to send every 10-ish minutes from the look of it, which is fascinating. Is there a way to delete them? Or does it just keep trying until it gets it? Fixing your NPM package. You have an NPM package? I'd love to. Feel free to give it a little plug here in the comments, and maybe I'll use it. Maybe somebody else will use it. Thank you for joining. Okay. What am I going to do here? Oh, that's right. I was waiting for this to install. It's because I'm streaming. Usually my internet's blazing fast. But not right now, clearly. But that's alright. It's almost done. And then I'm going to install, what was that thing? That one, AWS. Yay. Sort by votes. Interesting. Interesting. Don't troll anything. Nobody troll anybody. Let's set up a AWS stuff while we're here. Yeah, that's what I need. No, we don't want... Do we want that? That's what we want. Provider AWS, and we want to set our credentials. No, we probably just want static credentials because it's just me. Cool. Okay, so I think we can just go. I should probably crack a new terminal. Oops. There we go. Code. Automated rewards. Terraform. Live providers.tf. I think we can put it in there. Cool. Oh, it's in Vardot. Okay, fair enough. AP, I'm gonna hardcode in there. Southeast 2. I'm gonna put those in. Yeah, I'm gonna hardcode those. I should probably open this in a good old WebStorm. Because then I can just leave them. Although you're not supposed to. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm going to do them as environment variables, like I probably should. Installing that package, done, and we're also going to packaur-s AURman. And Xenocron, I appreciate the advice. Maybe I'll give Yay a go, but. When I was skimming that article before, it just briefly said that AURman is kind of like the best one-to-one replacement for packaur. I'm not really in the mood to change package managers right now, to be perfectly honest. So I'm just going to stick with that for the minute. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Okay, so that's fine. Let me save this and let's actually jump into WebStorm. WebStorm. Cool. So we should be able to open that. Oh, JetBrains user agreement. When did I update this? I don't remember updating it. Maybe just pop that up. Anyway, 2017.3. That's very old. I should update. Anyway, open a new project. Ooh, what the? Where did that go? Did it disappear? Oh. Did it crash? Maybe it crashed. I already accepted this. Okay. It did crash, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that's fine. Terraform. Cool. Pick AUR is the closest one. It breaks. When they share the same dependency, well, yeah, I'll back you there. That sounds pretty annoying. What is going on here? Come on, WebStorm. Why are you doing this to me? Ah, there we go. Just need to resize the viewport. Alright, so it's picked up at our live and on our providers.tf file. That's good. Oh, my the mouse is funky. It's doing interesting. Anyway. Ah, there we go. Okay. There's our providers.tf. Cool. Authentication, environment variables. That's probably what we want. Oh, it uses the default region stuff. Okay, cool. So we don't even need that really. We just need provider AWS in there. Cool. Bananas. They're not missing. They're not required. Alright. We don't want that. Assume role. No, we don't need any of that. Sweet. Cool. Alright, is this working now? Now that I've configured that response. Let's refresh these logs. Did we not send any more? Come on. Oh, I've got Insomnia installed, so now I can just go to Insomnia. Insomnia. Is that what it's called? Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh. Yeah. Hey, there we go. That's snazzy. Got that bad boy up there. Alright, we want a new request. Hotkeys. W luck. Let's call this. Naming's the hardest part. Automated rewards endpoint. Let's say post. And the endpoint is this one. Copy, paste. Let me just send a post. Oh. I could be wrong, but it looks like it's working now. Unless I stuffed it up here. Hopefully these will just work in a minute. I think maybe I corrected my problems there. There we go. Yeah, that looks fine. Does that look similar to this? Yeah. Yeah, we just need to yeah, our request template was just busted. Alright, that's part one. Okay, let's get that into Terraform, that little setup there, and we can go from there. So, what we want is ooh, we should set up, no, it's global. I was going to set up an IAM role, but no, let's just set up a gateway. Oops, not full screen. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. We want API, oh no, it's right here. API gateway resources. No, that's not what we want. API gateway resources, account key authorizer. This is one of those things with all these meta resources. It might be easier to find a bloody sample. Look, it should be okay. gateway method. Okay. Oh, there's examples. Perfect. Let's just copy this example and fix it up as we go. Okay. So we want a new file, a new Terraform file, and we'll call it gateway.tf. Paste. Oops, no, we don't want to paste from history. We just want to paste. That's not useful. Come on. Okay. There we go. So we've got our resource. Right, so they define a REST API. Then they define a resource. And they define a method. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. So let's call it automated rewards API. Let's match those names. Oh, this probably doesn't. Oh, that's right. Terraform doesn't like. Oh, does Terraform like underscores? I think Terraform likes underscores. And then, yeah, we don't really need to fill this in, but API for automating supermarket rewards emails. Cool. And then this resource, we'll call it. Okay, so hang on. What's the mapping to what we're doing in Terraform? Right. Gotcha. Okay. So that's a resource. Yeah. Yeah. Or, as in the actual REST definition of a resource. Okay. So we'll just call this root resource, and let's fill in the blanks here. .id. Cool. Path part. No, resource slash or empty. We go back to our docs. Yep. And the path part. Oh, that's in API Gateway resource. There's API Gateway. No AWS API Gateway resource. Path part, the last path segment of this API resource. I think we can just do empty. It'll either be empty or slash. I think it should just be empty. And then here we're going to change this to root resource post. So the REST API is our automated rewards API, and our resource is our root resource. And the method is post, and the authorization is done. Cool. That should pretty much create, well, something similar to what we have right now. At least in terms of the root resource, or the gateway method. So then on that gateway method, we're going to need request template, presumably. So let's have a look at our docs again. AWS request method settings, method settings. That seems right. Yes. Oh, we've got to inline these request templates. Okay. There's your REST API. There's your method settings at the top. There's your deployment, your stage, your resource. We've got that. Resource and method, we've got those. Oh, an integration. Okay, that's probably what we want. We probably want an integration. Oops. AWS API Gateway integration. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. Alright, that seems HTTP method integration for an API gateway integration. I think that's... I guess that's what we want. Don't really know precisely what we want. Probably be a good idea to set up to use a demo or something, but that's right. Look, we'll go from here. Okay, so we need to tack that on. Cool. So let's add in paste. No, the bloody Vim stuff. Okay. Gateway integration. Root post integration. That's just dot rewards API. The IntelliSense is bloody good here. It's picking up all of this stuff. Root resource post. It's like picking up the right types. It's only auto-suggesting the right type. It's a mock. Cache key parameters. I don't know what the hell that is. Are they mandatory? Probably not. Hopefully not. NPM. Oh, yeah, let's have a look. Slayer Darth. Always fun to have a look at people and what they're doing around the place. Oh, awesome. How does this work? Do you scrape response headers or something? Don't mind if I have a look, I'm sure. Slayer Darth. Check headers. Yeah, check headers. Interesting. Get provider. Where's the provider logic? Oh, like it's in the... Oh, gotcha. Yeah, interesting. Cool stuff. Thanks for sharing, Slayer Darth. Appreciate it. What did you update in the latest version, if I can ask? Hopefully it wasn't adding key logging or something. I'm sure you would never do that. But, you know, it's what's in the news lately. Bad cookies out there. Alright, cache. Why aren't these ordered? Yeah, they are optional, so we don't need them. Cool. Request. Don't need those. Gotcha. Cool stuff. Don't need that. Do we even need a request template? Do we have a request template? Request templates. I don't think we do. That's interesting because it says that parameter pass-through behavior is required if request templates is used. Integration pass-through behavior when no templates. Yeah, I think we can just go like this. Delete that, and we can go this parameter, which is, oops, where are we? Pass-through behavior. Oh, look, it's got it there. Bloody, where have you been all my life? Updated the README, check the server header. Interesting. So I see you. So you're trying to figure out the hosting provider. Off the top of my head, I wonder if there are APIs that are provided by some of the hosting providers. Wonder if you can do it based on assigned IP ranges. So I would expect the hosting providers would have IP blocks, quite large ones, assigned to them. Might not be 100% guarantee. Can you do a whois on the domain record to figure out whether it's provided by like Route 53 or something like that? Yeah, there's probably, it sounds like a complicated task. So we want to set this pass through. Oh, you tried? It didn't work. To when no templates, I think, because I think that's basically what we want. We just want it to pass through. Oops, did not go in the right spot. Cool. Oh, I see. Yep, that makes sense. But perhaps a combination of a bunch of different things could help you narrow it down. So maybe if you know that, and you know maybe if you can look for a server header or X powered by or something like that. But yeah, very, very interesting project. Thanks for sharing on here. Okay. I think maybe that'll do it. Maybe. Oh, that's alright. Nothing but a lurker. I can't really go out and have a look at it right now. If you want to repost it here, that would be lovely. Thank you everybody for watching, as always. Have I got any new followers? I can't see, I can't read. No, I think still at 44, that's fine. Nickel Oz, I hope you would make it in here tonight. We'll see. He's somebody I know from real life as well. Yeah, thank you again for watching. I may take a short break since I am getting a bit of a scratchy throat, so I could do with a glass of water, but I'll forge on for the moment. I think that's kind of enough to get something up. Oh, okay, interesting. Very interesting, Slayer Darth. There's got, yeah. Now that I'm thinking of that, there's got to be. I wonder if you can do a. Can you do a trace route? Trace route back to the actual origin server that's hosting it. I guess they could be terminating it at an edge location or something, and you won't hit it there. But maybe that'll give you a bit of a clue. Interesting problem, interesting application. Yeah, very interesting. It's a challenge, the exact sort of challenge that I would like to solve. Those sorts of brain teasery type things kind of get me. A bit of a what are they called? What's that XKCD about? Where they kind of sniping for nerds, that sort of thing. You tried trace route? No dice? Right, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's fair enough, Slayer Darth. Interesting. Oh, so it's in addition, it's your tool in addition to other stuff. Gotcha. Okay, I think that does that. I think we also are going to need a HTTP method. I thought there was a mock response in here. Method response? Or integration response? Do it both? Neither? Yeah, we need integration response and a method response. I think we need integration requests as well. So, yeah, there's a few layers. Did we already put that as a mock in here? Yeah, oh we did. Integration, okay. So we can have an integration response. Integration, API gateway integration response. Huh, that's an interesting note at the top. So here, they've got a method, they've got an integration. That's what we've got. Okay, so they've got a method response and an integration response. Cool. Oh, a tiny URL for my YouTube stuff. Ah, thank you. That's really helpful, yeah, because I haven't got enough followers yet. I can't generate a vanity URL. So something that I'm planning on doing soon. Did you not mean to paste that in there? Nothing but a lurker. That's alright. Oh, right. That's that tiny URL. Where does it go? I'm going to click it just for fun. Fuck. Alright. I haven't got that extension installed. Rickrolled live on the air. That's in there forever now. Alright. Back to the Terraform. This is serious business. Serious business. No messing about. I thought it was a risky click. I almost thought of saying no, but whatever. I'm a trusting person. Alright. Do you need a method response? I think that's just that. So I think we can just go boom and paste that in there. That's pretty straightforward. How do we even bind that? Whatever. Dot. Okay. That should be fine. I know, it's only a rickroll. It's not that bad. This is what we want. Except we want one that just kind of does nothing, I think. It's gonna... Okay, there we go. Transforms the backend, JSON response to XML. No, we don't want that. We actually just want the same. Oh, I've lost the brace somewhere. We want the same as here, pass-through behavior, right? I think, or do we want to kind of replicate whatever templates we've got in here? Integration responses. Maybe we want to do that. Or maybe we want to just read the documentation. Response template, selection pattern. I don't think we need that. I think we can just get rid of that, to be honest. Which is nice. Boom, gone. Cool. Okay. I wonder if that'll do it. I wonder if we can create stuff from that. That would be handy. Let's see if it... Yeah, let's just see if it goes. We may have to do a little bit of secrety stuff in a second, just while I grab some keys out of the AWS console. Yeah, I might do that now. Am I set up already though? I don't have the AWS CLI installed. I'm a bad man. Ooh, I'm gonna start using this new thing, aren't I? ARMan-S AWS, or actually, is it in the proper AWS CLI? Oh, it's just in there, so we don't have to use anything. Alright, so let's get the AWS CLI installed. Assuming I don't already have it. Yeah, it looks like I don't. Cool, hopefully that's fast. I believe it nothing but a lurker. I've seen that article. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. I might need to do an update. Just going to update my package sources. I'm not going to do, it's going to come up with, you're going to see that I'm a bad man, that I don't keep my system very up to date. Don't judge me, Xenocron, please. Yeah, I don't do updates as often as I should. It's kind of like whenever I remember to, or whenever I want to install a new package and it starts timing out. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. No, we can just do AWS CLI. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Yeah, I got good packet. Whoa! Got a force it so that it overrides. Alright, cool. That's just AWS, yeah. Ooh, there we go. Setup. What's the initial setup thing? No. AWS help topics, because I want to do my initial setup. Oh, what is this? That's not what I want. That's fine. I think that should be enough to do what I want to do. And then the values that we want in Terraform, we want the AWS we want the provider AWS, major cloud AWS. Right, so we just want to provide the environment variables, these. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, it follows the AWS. Ah. Xenocron, yes, it is legit. He's not trolling. It's very, very interesting how it works. Region. Oh, it's region AP Southeast. So I'm going to set my region to AP Southeast 2. That didn't work. Maybe yes, help. How do I do my bloody setup in here? Oh, let's Google it. CLI setup. This will give us the right command. AWS configure. Oh, no, duh. Okay. I'm just gonna grab these out of AWS, and then I'm gonna stick up the old thingamabob. Connectors it. Create IAM users. Is that what I want? Yes. Probably do. Yeah. User per device. Home. Desktop. Administrator access. Admins. It's probably a bad idea, but fuck security. Not really. I just want to get something up and running really quickly. It's going to leak my credentials. No. Okay, just the access key ID, which you probably don't need to know, but that's alright. It should be fine for the moment. And I'm going to need to download that CSV. Cool. Let's chuck that into here. Alright, now is when we show up our entering secrets screen. You know, I'm just going to put up the entering secrets screen. I don't want you guys to play connect to zit. I don't like that idea. Sorry to spoil your fun. AP Southeast 2 JSON. Okay, and then clear my screen, and we're done. Do I need to? I wonder if. Oh, actually, let me put my secrets back up again. Just close my screen for adding that user. Cool. Alright, that's done. We can go back to the desktop view. I wonder if I need to define those environment variables anymore, if I can just use what's built in. Anyway, let's take this for a stroll. Terraform plan. Oh, Terraform and it. Init. That's not going to work. We have to go to live, that's why. Init. Cool, so it's pulling down the AWS provider. That tells it how to actually interface with AWS. And then I'll make this a little bigger. It's now draggy. There it is. Terraform plan. And AP Southeast 2. Looks like it might actually be working. Oh, look, there you go. Oh, this is so fucking... Why was that so blazingly fast? This has been ridiculously slow in previous... maybe it's not. Okay, this is something that needs to be in configuration. Hang on, my configuration is not set up properly. Maybe we actually do want that in our AWS provider. I think we probably do. So let's zoom out providers.tf, and in here we're gonna go. Oh no, let's not edit it there. That's ugly. Let's edit it in here. Region equals AP Southeast 2. That'll do. And yeah, Xenocron, I agree with that. That kind of piqued my interest. I don't know if you really need Selenium to do that. Can't you just... Or, yeah, can't you just spoof the user agent header, which is basically what we're going to do as well. Is this just going to go and use my credentials and apply? Okay, you have to specify the path. That's fine. So we do actually need a slash in here. That's alright. So let's plan that, because it may have already created a few things, although I think it failed in the first thing. Oh no. So it did create something. Did it create it in my account? Yes, it did. Huh. There you go. It just uses my credentials from the AWS CLI. How cool is that? So this is going to work, and this is going to go pretty quickly. It's interesting that it has that prompt. It's never had that before. I've never seen that before. Oh. Resources part path. That's alright, Zetacron. Don't feel bad, man. The point is here for everybody to learn. So hopefully I can teach you as you've taught me in the past. Curly braces at the beginning and the end. It really doesn't like what I'm doing right there, does it? In that part path. Well, let's just put incoming, or let's just put emails, right? And let's do a find replace. Oh no, we should, no, we don't need to do a bloody find replace. Refactor rename. Yeah, that's find replace. Come on! So I'm a 2-bit developer, am I? Alright, let's plan that. And let's apply it. We should be fine. Some resources have changed names. We might want to tear things down, or... Well, it hasn't created anything, so I think we should be good to just apply, and hopefully it works. Boom! Oh no, we're gonna accept it. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. How quick was that? And so we're up and running. So this... Is that our new one, or is that our old one? Hang on, what do we call them? What did we call it? Called it Automated Rewards API. So this one. Shh. Look at that. /emails. And the post method looks... Is that identical to our other one? Is that identical? Maybe. Yeah. Sort of. Let's see if it works. Have we? Did we set up logging on here? We probably didn't set up logging. It's not what I wanted. Oh no, I set up global logging, didn't I? Yeah, so we should be able to see our logs in here if I post to that endpoint. Automated rewards API. Emails. Oh no, we've got to actually deploy something first, don't we? Okay, so let's figure out how to do that. So we've got our integration, we've got our API gateway. Now we want to add a stage as well as a deployment, I think. Oh, so we just give it a stage and then give it a deployment ID. Okay. That should be pretty straightforward. So we want a, let's commit this, because this is a bit of a milestone. So, status, oops. We may have to add a git ignore here. Let's add a git ignore just for Terraform. Good old gitignore.io. Oops, nope, not that. Terraform. Right. Oops. I'm now using a Mac at work, so I keep hitting the Windows button to do copies and stuff instead of the control button. That's going to be frustrating to have to get used to again, but anyway, that's right. Oh, there we go. Cool. Let's add everything. Except for that .idea folder. I hate that .idea folder. .gitignore. In case we haven't discussed it before, I mean we have, but in case you're new here, I just don't like the idea folder. I just don't think my personal stuff to do with my ideas should be portable across environments, so I tend to ignore it. Git reset. Add everything back. No. I think maybe just that. Maybe that's better. No. That's better. Cool. Add in Terraform for API gateway. This adds a minimal implementation of an API gateway resource in AWS. AWS using Terraform. Still need to add deployment, stage, etc. Alright, that'll do for the second. Okay, so now we want to add in that stage and a deployment. So we're going to put that down the bottom. Oops. There we go. So our stage name is going to be, look, let's call our stage test, and we'll have a prod as well. The REST API ID is, thank you, autocorrect. My god, using the bloody autocomplete is amazing. And we don't have a deployment yet, so we'll add that in as well. So there's our deployment. And I agree with you there, Nothing But a Lurker. Terraform is sexy, and it is written in Go, and I like that very much. So there's the deployment to test. Depends on... Whoa. Huh. That's an interesting one. And then that's like a circular dependency from the look of it. Interesting. And the stage name is test. That should be a variable. Or let's just leave it with a coupling. What's this? A dot ignore? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I have this plugin. Well, I thought I had this plugin. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure I have that one already, but I could be wrong. And then this should be, yeah, like so. Alright, we should be able to run this again. And you'll see the beauty of Terraform here. So if we run a Terraform plan, it's just going to say, oops, we're going to be in the live folder. Terraform plan, it's going to say that there's... that's not helpful. Why does that happen? Gotta be documentation in here somewhere. Stage. We want to have a look at our deployment. Depends on having AWS API integration inside your REST API. To avoid race conditions, you may need to add... Yeah, well, that's what we've got. That is what we got. It's a pain. Depends on having AWS API Gateway integration inside your REST API. Which in turn depends on method. Depends on... oh, that's an integration. No, that's not right. AWS API integration dot root post integration. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Cool. We're off and running. Up and running, rather. Refreshing state. Yep, and it wants to add our new deployment and our new stage. Cool, so let's apply that. Just Terraform apply. God, I love Terraform. It's the best. Yes, I do. And we're off. Oh, some errors. Stage already exists. Ah, that'll be my fault. I think I can basically just delete this existing stage here. Oh, no, hang on. Stage already exists. I can delete this. So this is the this is the old API created. So that's the new one. Even if we did delete the new one, we could just recreate it. Oh, it's interesting. So it's created a stage. It's what, auto deployed there or something? Yeah, auto deployed or something. So maybe we don't need that deployment. That doesn't make sense. It's like a circular reference. Weird. So during the stage creation, it crapped out. Weird. Stage already exists. What if we do a plan? Does it want to do anything now, or is it just fine? Apply.
Maybe it just doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it'll just work now? No. Maybe we don't need that. Shouldn't do it apply straight off the bat, but it's going to prompt me anyway, so we should be fine. Maybe we just want to remove that. Oh no, no, it's okay. Oh, okay. Okie dokie, we don't need that stage clearly. It'll just create its own stage, I guess. Yeah, alright, cool. Maybe we want a different, maybe if we want a second stage with a different deployment, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Anyway, let's see if that works. Copy link address into Insomnia. Paste test / email. Emails. Send 500 error. Is it the same error that we were getting before? Where's our error? That can't be it. So that's 415. What the hell does that mean? Execution failed null. We've hit a bit of a strange roadblock here. Strange. If I send that again, will it work now? No, it shouldn't do it. I didn't bugger up the API gateway post. Yeah. Copy. Stages. Gateway responses. No. Post / emails. I mean, maybe we'll see something in it. Maybe something will be in the errors now that they've had some time to. That's not the right one though. It's the old one. I don't have to explicitly configure them, do I? Stages. That's where I was before. Settings. No. Post again. Internal server error. Request IDs. Error from CloudFront. What the hell does that mean? Do these take a while to propagate, perhaps? Maybe they just, yeah, maybe they take a little bit to propagate and actually work. Maybe that's why. We shouldn't be getting a 500 back. We shouldn't be getting nothing in our CloudWatch logs. We should be getting stuff in the CloudWatch logs. Interesting. Alright, well, you know, it's always a challenge, always it's fun to solve these little problems. Thank you everybody for watching, as always. I really appreciate your support and your time on this kind of rainy Sunday night, where I am at least. What should we do about this? See some other fun little projects in here. Come on. Can I test this? Test. Oh. Okay. Status code should be an integer defined in request template. Okay, so we do actually need a request template. So that's this. Yeah, but I thought setting that set that up. Hang on, was it in here that we had to define something? I think it was. Yes. Integration response, and we wanted our to delete that and then go back to post and integration Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Add a response. Method response status 200. Okay, we need to do that. That's what we need to do. Where's that resource? Integration response. Don't we already have one of those? Integration response. Yeah. Status code. Yeah, that's our method response. Why isn't it working? What's that? Where's that error? Method response status, content handling pass through. Now integration response. First declare response types using method response, then map the possible responses from the backend to this method's response types. Don't quite understand how all of this works. I haven't understood it in the past either. So we want to add an integration response. I thought we already defined this. HTTP status regex is empty. The method response status is 200. Content handling pass through. Save. I think what happens if we do a Terraform plan now? Has something changed? Because that can help us realign our thing until the plan doesn't change anymore. I guess we should also probably just do a little test from here. Does this work now? No. Due to configuration error, status code should be an integer which defined, and it's not proper English, but anyway. Status code should be an integer defined in request template. Request template. Oh, these haven't been set up. That doesn't seem right. Let's add our response back. Save that. Back to here. Save this. Done. Then we have to actually deploy it. Deploy the test. And then does it work? I think now it's supposed to work. We configured something. No, it still fails. Why? We have to... Oh, that's right. We had to delete that. Out of 200. Did we? What did we do before? I spoke too soon by deleting that other thing, didn't I? Ah, why? Oh, hang on. Here. Never? No? Add a mapping template? Application JSON? Internal bloody... This guy? No. Shouldn't have done that. No, this is quite frustrating. We got it to work before, didn't we? Method request. Request body, content type. This should be required. SDK settings, we don't need that. URI query string parameter. Shouldn't need any of these, to be perfectly honest. This integration request, show all hints. No, where were we? Let's go back to the API gateway and test it again. See what the problem is. Okay. Error, status code. Let's copy that error again. We found the solution to it before, so we just need to do it again. What did we have to do? Integration request template. So mock integrations. Okay, so yeah, that's I think where we headed down before, in that we have to set up our integration properly. So this integration request, body mapping templates, when there are no templates defined, which is the request body will be passed through to the integration endpoint. Right. And since it's a mock, output pass-through should be yes. Pass-through. Save. Header mapping. Body mapping. Status regex. Hang on. Didn't we just delete that and add a new one? That was my recollection. That looks exactly the bloody same. Okay. And then here, no. Why? What do we need in here? What magic do we need here? Convert to text. Pass through. Pass through is what we want. That's our default mapping. Oh, hang on. Should we just put 200 here? Maybe that's it. So our status regex should be set to 200. Okay, I think that's what we need to fix. So in our integration response, let's just look up the Docker on that guy. So integration AWS gateway integration response can have the field of selection pattern. Selection pattern. Yep. So we want to define here a selection pattern equal to 200. And then in our method response, yes, I think that's the secret source that we need. We should be able to plan and apply this. Unless it's already up to date. Ah, now what if we delete this and we do a plan? In theory, it should say, I'm going to try and remove that. Unless, of course, the handling is not working. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's what we want. Cool, so now this should actually work, and if we post from Insomnia, it should... Fuck. Why? Why? Oh, it's because we haven't actually deployed it. That'll be why. Actions, deploy my API. Deploy. Yep, 2 tests. Cool. So we have to manage deployments from here, but that's probably fair enough. So now, bada bing, duh, fuck. Come on, it's not cached or something, is it? Why? That's not cool. Is that a different endpoint? Nope, looks the same. Can we see it in CloudWatch? It's not coming into CloudWatch. Alright, did we actually not fix anything? Oh, we have to, we gotta set it up there. Okay. Where's that parameter? We really want to do that. So I gotta configure logging on the stage. On the stage, I think. Stage. Access log settings. REST API ID. Description. Access log settings. That's not what we want. Do we want it on the deployment or something? That doesn't seem like the right mapping of parameters. On the deployment, we can control very little. No, it must be that. I don't know how to configure that though, because that's just a bloody checkbox. Enable CloudWatch. Presumably that is checked. That's access logging. We want CloudWatch logging. On the stage. Where's the stage? Is there some stage settings object? Stage. That's strange. Stage not support that option. Well, no, look, that's okay. We can just enable it manually from here. I guess it doesn't know about that. Okay, save that. Cool, we should be able to see the problems now, but we should be able to see that from here. In that this just isn't working for some reason. Test. Test. Oh, same bloody problem. Status code should be an integer which defined in request template. What's going wrong? Oh, this is frustrating. Defined in the request template. Does that mean my request template is wrong? Just be request headers. Request body. Do we need to add a model here? Is that what I'm stuffing up? Settings. No. Integration request. Is that what I should be doing? Request body pass through. Mock. No, you should just pass it through. Should just pass through, and then here in this integration response, so the status regex of 200 yeah, I think it's getting stopped before. I think it needs to be fixed up here. I think that's the bit that's causing the problem. And there are nodes. I don't think these really make a difference, to be honest. Why do you not work? Headers, path, query strings, add them via method request. Headers, no, request body, test that. Status code should be an integer. Which defined, oh bloody god, this is so annoying. Method with mock integration, configure the integration request body mapping template. Oh. Oh. Oh, is that what we need to do? So this should actually have body template. We need to do that. Why did that work last? That's just magic that I don't really understand. That's deeply unsatisfying. Well, alright, let's add that to our bloody... Not happy about that. Need a bloody body mapping template now. and that body mapping template just does that. It's very unsatisfying because I don't quite understand what that's doing. That's alright. Method response. I think that's what we need. What do we have in here? Method response. Yeah, that's where we ripped everything out. We probably shouldn't have ripped everything out that was in there. Oh no, actually, it's alright. That's what they've got. Yeah, again, it's very deeply unsatisfying that I don't quite understand what the hell is going on there. It's a little frustrating, but that's alright. That's alright. That's how it goes. We're definitely not going to get this done tonight, which is a bit frustrating. We'll have to come back to it another time. Ooh, method settings. That's what we will. Oh, that's what we wanted before to enable. We'll have to enable that. Okay, we'll do that in a second. We want integration response. Response templates. What's Terraform? Terraform pull. No, Terraform all commands. Terraform import. No, that's not a good idea. Let's do a plan and see what we need to modify. That's a good idea. Terraform plan. It's gonna see and it's gonna want to make a billion changes and remove a bunch of shit that's up there. Oh. Request templates. Okay. That root post integration. Maybe we just need to modify that. Well, that's easy. So, API gateway integration. It's on the integration. Yeah. Oh. Okay. That's not so hard to create. Probably don't want to do it inline like that, but that'll do for the moment. So let's, in the integration you say, application JSON, and we just want to put in whatever we got out of that Terraform, that. So status code 200. Application, hang on. Yeah, equals status code 200. I think that'll do it. I think if we do a Terraform plan now, it shouldn't want to do anything. It should just leave it as is, which means we've basically aligned our Terraform template with the existing state. Oh, it wants to add in some extra shit. Oh, that's cool. I don't really care about that. Well, its spacing is funny. That's probably let's correct that so that it matches. Fuck our indentation. Alright, cool, that'll probably do. Alright. That should work now, right? No, still no. Huh. Psh. Okay. Great. Is that because we need to put content type application JSON in here? Nope, that doesn't do it either. Because we need to deploy it. That will be why. Let's deploy our API to test. Hopefully, now we don't even need that header. Yes, delete. Send. Okay, now we're getting a 200 back. Whew. Okay, what a pain. Alright, let's go back into our CloudWatch go back into here. They're still getting rejected. Presumably. Rejected, yeah, 415. What the hell is that? Unsupported media type. Fascinating. We want to edit the target to point to our new deployment. Actually, not there. Copy and paste that into here. Hopefully it'll resend. Or it'll try and resend at some point. And now I have to, yeah, okay. Okay, look, that's part of it. Let's commit what we've got here. We're making a little bit of progress, I guess. Even if this is just a mock response. So update Terraform, update integration responses to actually work. Oh no, update. I think it's the mock update mock integration to actually respond with 200. This updates the mock integration so that it will actually allow 200 responses. I think what's going on here is happening here is that we are returning a static response with status code 200 to any request, and then the what's it called? The method response which filters based on 200 requests, picks that up and actually returns the 200. Yeah, because this is an integration between sort of services, so it's not meant to respond this way. It's meant to actually hit another service. And eventually, this will be hitting, in theory, a lambda, which will be parsing things. So I think we've sorted that out. I think actually, ironically, it's going to be easier when we're not using the mock. It'll be easier when we're using a proper lambda service, because then we can control what stuff we send, and it should all just work nicely. All right, that's that done. I wonder if this is going to work now that we've got two. I think we should send another email. Alright, give me a second. I'm just going to send another email and see if we can see the output in our... oh, interesting. My messages, the messages that get blocked actually end up back in my inbox, which is interesting. I'm just going to send just one more email to that link. What's that email address that's been set up for us by Cloudmailin? Test 1 2 3. Okay, that's sent. So hopefully in here we will see another email very soon. Delayed 415. Unsupported media type. Is that because the content type that they sent was bizarro? That's alright, we can debug this. There's our new gateway. Actually, let's, in fact, just to make things simpler, can we delete these? Maybe not. That's the latest one. Method headers. Okay. Maybe we didn't set the right header in here. CloudFront viewer, CloudFront blah blah blah, content type, multi-part form data. Ah, okay. So if we do that here, multi-part form data. Yeah, I agree, Dune. I think I do. Thank you for still watching, by the way. Appreciate that. Yeah, okay. So I think what we need to do is update our Terraform. So instead of that, we're going to go whatever that content type was. Copy, paste. And not in the right spot as usual. Alright, cool, that should do it. So let's apply that. Plan first. Always plan first when using Terraform. Always, always, always. Just to make sure it's doing exactly what you think it is. And it is, right? So it's removing that application JSON integration response and changing it to a multi-part form data response. So that's a good one, and we'll commit that in a second. And then our email shouldn't bounce. Now I think it retries in about 10 minutes, but I'm impatient, so I'm going to actually just send another email and hopefully it works. We'll be able to see the content at the other end. Let's test that. We'll probably need to deploy it, yeah. It's kind of annoying that it doesn't handle the deployments for you. I assume that's what the deployment was, but evidently it's not. Deploy, and it should be good to go. Oh, still no. Maybe it takes a sec to update or something. Did it just not work or something? Yeah, there's our, yep, status code 200. Multi-part form data. Am I not copying it properly? No. Looks right. Curious. Is that because we're buggering something up even earlier? Is that because we don't accept that here or something? Looks fine to me. It also looks fine to me. It just looks like this is the, yeah, multi-part form data. Anybody notice any typos? Could definitely be it. Let's deploy again, just for good measure. You never know. Actually, we can inspect those errors, can't we? Yeah, we can. There they are. Is that a 500? Status code should be an integer. Well, I mean, we did that. Oh, that was somebody else. Yeah, it was them posting again. That was them retrying that email from the looks of it. All those funny headers set. Multi-part form data. Was that us? No. Let's try again. Okay. That should show up in logs in a sec. That's us just now. Status code should be an integer, which defined in request template. Huh? Ha. Doesn't make much sense. That can't be. Is that coming in via CloudFront? Well, yeah, because that endpoint that we're hitting is probably hosted in CloudFront somewhere. Did it change? The endpoint change addresses? No, it looks the same. Yeah. Very interesting. I wonder what the problem could be. Did that actually propagate through to here? It did, we checked that a second ago. When there are no templates defined, no template matches request, multi-part form data. Setting the header right, aren't I? Content type, multi-part form data. Send. Doesn't work. What does that do? Oh, that's interesting. This is frustrating. Just as frustrating as before. I wonder if deployed this 3 times now. That can't be the issue. Deployment history. Yeah. Logs. I mean, we're logging everything. We should now have 2 entries in here for the last couple of minutes. So we're fine for the usage plan. Method request, request headers, multi-part form data. Do we need something on the other end? Execution failed due to configuration error. Status code should be an integer. Or did we stuff up some configuration somewhere? Oh, I think we did. I think I just typed something wrong. Typo. Where is it? It'll be in here. In the body mapping template. It certainly looks right to me. It's not that, is it? Not the extra new line. Status code should be an integer. Oh, hang on. It's not that, is it? Definitely could be. Yeah, I think that might be it. I think that could be... Nope. Damn. Why? That's the latest one. Status code should be an integer which defined in request template. Again, not proper English, which makes it difficult to parse. 200 to 200, so that's clearly maybe, and that's a copy of what was existing, like what was, that's from the documentation, right? Yeah. Oh, it is without, okay, so it is definitely without quotes. Alright, let's try that. Maybe that'll make a difference. No, we've already got those braces. Shouldn't make a difference that we have got the braces on. No, that shouldn't make any difference. Yeah, let's leave that like that. Remove those. Let's see if we can apply this. Getting lazy here and just gone straight to an apply. Yeah, I mean, that looks fine to me. And then our response, is there some content type filter here? I don't think there is. I think it just does a pass-through. Content handling, yeah, pass-through. Method request, there's nothing in here about content type. How's that apply going? That's fine. Oh, hang on. What is it even changing? Oh, it's adding a new line. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll need to actually deploy that. But again, yeah, why does it not seem to want to work? Stages. Looks the same. Oh, now it works. Okay. Who the hell knows why? What's... Wow. That's a mystery to me. Is it going to resend that email? I'm going to manually... Alright, back to the big camera. I'm just going to manually resend that email. Just bear with me for a second. Well, not manually resend, but send a new email. That shouldn't get blocked. To test 1 2 3. I'm just sending it with. Alright, that's done. Back to the desktop view. We should momentarily see successful today go to 1. That would just be lovely. Any second now. Filtering through the... Hey, success! Alright, cool, we got it. And then if we go into our CloudWatch logs, we should be able to see that in here. This one, yeah. And can we see in the data. Yeah, there's my data. So that's the thing that I put in there, test123. Okay, so we have that working. Let's commit that. I still don't really know what I did to fix it, which is not a nice feeling. What's the diff? Whatever. Update status code to be 200, accept multi-part forms. This updates the status code variable in our mock template to be an integer instead of a string. This service expects this to be an integer. We also change the allowed content type to be, what's that content type? Multi-part form data, since this is what the Cloudmailin service sends us. Cool. Alright. Next thing is I think we want to start writing a little bit of code to do our... We want to start writing a lambda basically. So, oops. Make a lambda directory. Is there a lambda starter for TypeScript? That would be awesome. Let's see if I can find that. Lambda starter TypeScript. Yep, that looks like we want what we want. That looks like it'll do. I don't really want to clone it. I'd rather just download. Let's download a zip. No worries. Thank you for joining, DHO. Yeah, really appreciate you dropping by. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Speak soon. All right. Where did we put it? In our Lambda folder, and then let's just unzip it in place there. Cool. We didn't get a bunch of shit, did we? We sort of did. Cool. So we should have a little bit of stuff here. Webpack configs, TypeScript, TS configs. Alright, so we should be able to just load that up in here. Let's open that folder. This window. So we're kind of done for Terraform. Done with Terraform for the moment. And we're going to run a yarn install. And I don't want that, so we can delete that. And what was that complaining about? Unregistered VCS root. We shouldn't have a VCS root here, do we? We don't have a .git here. No. Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, it's complaining probably because they're not in the root of the VCS. That's fine. Let's do a yarn install. Awesome. This is going to be a good little accelerator. Maybe we will get... No, we won't get done in the next half an hour because dealing with lambdas will be a bit of a pain, but we might actually get the code or some sample code written. Maybe. Ooh, yarn out of date. Anyway, that's fine. Alright, dependencies installed.
And so how does this actually work? Let's go back here. So interesting. Requires the output JavaScript file invoke. Okay. Package picks up the output, creates a zip file. Cool. Index.ts is where we implement things. Dist index.ts is the JavaScript. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So that's for debugging. That's to package it up. We need to set our JavaScript version to be bleeding edge. What am I looking for? File settings, TypeScript, or even JavaScript. Not code style, we actually want languages and frameworks, JavaScript. ES6. Boom. Yep. Apply. Cool. It should stop complaining now, in theory. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Much better. Okay. So, package.json. Let's call it automated rewards lambda. Rewards lambda. It's going to be version, wow, 001 I usually like to start at. Cool, that'll do for the moment. Author me. Go. Thank you again for joining me this evening. Just want to say that. I like saying that often because I really do appreciate it. Hopefully it's been interesting. We've run into a few little problems across the place, but hopefully we'll be out of the woods now. And then our actual index.ts, that's where we do what we do. Cool, so, and they've already got the boilerplate there. Oh my god, how wonderful. And the context is this context event. Oh man, how cool is that? Alright, cool. So we want to log all over the bloody place. Our event is any. Oh yeah, that's the event data that we get in. Okay, so we're going to have to configure that, but that's fine. Yeah, we don't want that to be any, that's for sure. In fact, our TS-lint, oh, we don't have a TS-lint set up. Probably should have one. How do lambdas work again? Lambda Node.js. So we want to set up our, okay, the event. Oh, yeah, okay. Sample events published by event sources. API gateway proxy request event. Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's what we want. That's definitely what we want. We want to we basically want to type. We want to type around that effectively. Or do we just want a HTTP event? Let's have a look what we offer from here in our resources. Let's just say we turn this into. There should be some links to Docker here. So Lambda function. Yeah, that's probably a decent way of doing it. Use Lambda proxy integration. Right. Yeah, okay, so what we want to do here, yeah, later on when we actually implement this, we want to just set it up so that the body just gets passed through, because we actually want to do some stuff on the body, right? So you can see that's what this predefined thing does.
Oh, it passes everything via the body. And we don't need that, I don't think. I think we should have a look at this documentation here. How does this work? Proxy request event. We get all the headers, we get the path parameters, the request context, the resource, method, query string, stage variables. Do we want? No. I don't think we do want that. I think we actually want to just use this to pass things through. Maybe. Yeah, look, let's run with that. Let's save that actually, why not? Right? Save and deploy this. And see what actually comes. Oh no. No. We need to actually set this up first. Yeah, let's see if we can just get a very... Maybe what we should do now is we'll get a very minimal... Yeah. Received request. And then log the event and call the callback with done. Okay, this is very basic, but this is a good indication of how this actually works. So now we should just be able to go npm start. It should. Let's cat our package JSON. No, we don't need to cat it. We can just look at it in here. Npm run package. You should get a zip file. Under dist? Oh man, look at that. Look at that. Sweet. Now, how do we chuck this into Terraform? That's really what we want to do. Let's open our thing in a new window. A new window. Okay. And let's look at Terraform for... Okay, hang on. Let's configure this stuff here. So we need to put all of this in a... Yeah. Alright. Whatever. I think we should be able to just shove that all in here. It's ugly. It's ugly as sin, but we'll do it. Yeah, I think that's just a literal... That'll do. And our type now needs to change. What's that resource called again? An integration. To a gateway integration, we want to make it a lambda. So how does that work? Oh, and they've got a sample down there. Perfecto. Awesome. Should we just use that AWS proxy? Nah. What's our type? What are our type options? Type. For lambda proxy integration. Lambda proxy body. Oh no, okay, we definitely do get everything. Event.body. Oh no, yeah, okay, so we definitely want to set this up to, okay, and then that's clean because we don't have to do that at all. Just remove that. Okay, so now this should be, we can get rid of all of that. We don't need our request templates anymore, which is nice because that's very ugly to have in our thing. When no templates, yep, that's what we want. And we also want, just follow this little example here. So hopefully it works. Lambda integration. Yeah, that's what we want. So we want that URI. Oh, we need a region. Okay, it's alright. It's all workable. We just need AWS proxy and then that weird, funky syntax for defining. Oh, is it the right spot? Gateway method. No, integration. Oh yeah, that's okay. So you want out integration and then, okay, look at this URI. It's very funky. var.myRegion, so we need variable how the hell do we define variables again? All my stuff's gone like so. That's how. Let's change it to be just region. Account ID. Cool. So we should be able to. We have to variables.tfvars. New file variables.tfvars. Terraform.tfvars, not variables. Rename that Terraform.tfvars. Cool. We should in there define. What does our variables file look like again? Can't remember. Variable file. Input variables. Yep, variable. Yeah, we just go. Let's go variable region. Oh no, that's not what we want. We don't want input variables. Terraform TFVars. Oh, it's just keep value pairs. Equals AP, oh no. Region equals AP Southeast 2. Account ID equals, and what's our account ID? Where's that come from? Okay, we need that other AWS Lambda function thing. Oh, we did find the. Oh, sick. We can actually reference the file directly from here. How cool is that? How cool is that? Yeah, sick. Sick. We'll put that in a separate Lambda file, lambda.tf. Install that in there. And how cool is this? var.region. Variables. We need those, right? Oh, we already defined them, right? Should be okay. AWS API, Gateway API, dot ID, ID. This is the best. Man, this autocomplete is like a total lifesaver. I can't even tell you how much time I bloody wasted not having access to that. Really dumb. And let's put make a folder called resources that we probably shouldn't check in. Or resources lambda file, zip file. And so from there it's live slash lambda.zip. Cool. And so that means that we can copy that lambda in there, and then that is resources slash and resources slash. The runtime is going to be, function name is going to be, what are we calling all this stuff again? Automated rewards lambda. Cool. Let's rename that to be automated rewards lambda role. Sweet. Let's rename this to rewards lambda. I mean, these are local to this, so it doesn't really matter, but it doesn't hurt. Sweet. That's so awesome. Now, my account ID I can grab out of here. Should be in an ARN somewhere. Or should be somewhere. My account. Is this secret? We'll find out. Ah, yes, just leaked my... Oh no, actually it was my old home address. That'll be fine. Let me stick that up. My old home address. Oh well, whatever. It'll be okay. I'll just grab my ARN out of there, or my account ID. Just nice to get out of there. Okay, cool. Let's get out of there. Back to the main desktop view. Okay. That needs to go in here. Paste. Cool. Editing a file which is ignored. Oh yeah, that's okay. I guess. Let's copy from copy dist slash that to, oops, no, just one level up, Terraform, resources live, resources lambda.zip, and that should actually be good to go. What happens if we do a plan? And then I may have to leave it there because I do have work tomorrow. But I think we've made some progress. Did hope this was going to be a one session. What is crapped out? Unhappy. Ah. I just spelled something wrong. That's fine. Resources. Cool. This might actually work. And we should just be able to see when that comes in, the thing going to Lambda. How cool is this? What's it destroying? Ah, because it's changing the type. It needs a new resource. So that's cool. Alright, cool. Look at it go. And what, it just uploads that. Ooh, wrong runtime. Okay, we'll have to fix that. That's okay. That's alright. It's just AWS Lambda runtimes. And we should look up our Docker here. On a Lambda. AWS Lambda function. Yep. Runtime. It'll just be whatever it supports. Cool. Node.js. And we probably just have to bloody guess at what it's called. Node 8.10 runtime Lambda. You need to see just what it's called. You just need the... There we go. Cool. Should just be able to specify that now. Enumeration value for HTTP method must be non-empty. That's interesting. Okay, just update that. Cool. Now, what the hell does that error mean? Root post integration. Okay. Root post integration. Enumeration value for HTTP method must be non-empty. Let's just put a bare post value in here. See if that helps. Should update that lambda, which probably requires destruction and recreation. Oh no. Oh, okay. You can see here it's updating things, creating things. Destroyed those? Yeah, I think it destroyed those, and it's now got to recreate them, which is okay. Yes, and that'll just bring us to midnight, and I'm going to call it there. Enumeration value, no integration defined for method. We're creating API gateway integration response. No integration defined for method. $200 integration response. Okay. Let's actually copy the rest of their template instead of just doing our own shit. It's probably wise. Yeah. So the resource, the method is fine. The integration is fine. They have a response. Maybe they don't need one. No, they must need one. So in their demo, or in their sample code, they have a resource, a method, and an integration. Okay. We have a resource, a method, and integration, which is fine. And then, two responses. Okay. For some reason it doesn't like that being a post. I don't know why we can't couple that way, but if it doesn't like it, it doesn't like it. Alright, let's see if that does it. Just apply, because I'm not probably going to change our plan. Anyway, we get a plan before we apply from the look of it, so... Yes, that's what I want to do. No, it doesn't like it. No integration defined for method. No integration defined for method. Oh. Did we change something up here? No integration defined for method. Integration response. It's root post integration. Enumeration value for HTTP method must be non-empty. Fascinating. I'm commenting those out because, yeah, I really don't understand what the problem here is. So I'm going to destroy that. We'll put it back up in a sec. Some raise condition there. No, okay. So enumeration value for HTTP method must be non-empty. I don't know what that means. So let's copy it and let's Google for it, and then I'm going to have to go to sleep. I'm going to be tired tomorrow. Okay, well, it's closed, so that's good. Integration HTTP method. Oh, it's just a different parameter value. Okay. Huh. That's it. We can uncomment these now, and we should be good to go, and then we should be able to do a tiny little test, and then we're ready. And then, well, ready for a natural stopping point, and I can go to sleep. What fun. Cool. Hopefully this works. Yes. So hopefully it will now succeed at creating that, and then, oh, there we go. Done. Okay. It's up there, and it's running. Does that mean we can test it? Fingers crossed. How do we view, let's close all these tabs. Let's jump into our lambdas. Lambda, and actually we should pin that to our little top section since we're going to be using it. AWS, well, it's under here. There we go. Cool. Automated rewards lambda. Hooked up to API gateway. Okay, the function code is up there. We shouldn't need anything, should all be fine. Minimum everything. Monitoring. Do we have monitoring set up? I should be able to see in CloudWatch. Logs should go to CloudWatch, right? That would be logical. Should come up under here. Alright, let's set a test thing from here. Okay. That looks like it went through. We probably need to deploy though. Yeah, I think we need to deploy. I don't think that will have made it through to Lambda. Nope. Okay. In here, let's deploy the API. Okay, it's deployed. Let's try again from Insomnia. Now. That took, well, we got a 502. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, we can debug that in here. So that's the latest event because that's just now. Okay, post, sending request to the Lambda. Cannot find module, var task Lambda. Well, that's not very useful. Okay, so that means that something actually failed at the code level. When the hell was that bloody repo that I decided to base my things off? TypeScript lab.starter. When was this last updated? 4 months ago? That's pretty recent. Let's see if we can find anything about that error. I might have to call it. Let's just see if we can find this very quickly. Otherwise, actually, does this have any issues? No. Oh, some crap to do with like zip formats. What? What? That's mental. That's really dumb. So actually, unzip test. So apparently, this zip is in the wrong format. Mr. Peter Woolley. Don't stress, mate. I'm actually about to log off. I haven't actually made that much progress, but I'll catch you up. So this is the friend who is wanting to try and get those sweet supermarket reward points. So we have a API gateway set up in Terraform, and we can hit that, and we can also receive emails from it. So I'm using this service called Cloudmailin. So what you will be doing is at some point you'll be setting up an email filter to forward all these emails to this inbox, and when they get forwarded here, they hit the endpoint of my choice, and the endpoint of my choice is this one, and this is the API we have set up, and that then hits a Lambda function in AWS, and that's what I'm trying to figure out now. But it's complaining with some weird errors. But based on a very cursory examination, I think it should be working. Just trying to debug. Zip file is not in the valid form which AWS requires. If you double click on zip, we find a folder inside with your code file. Yeah, well that's what I bloody got. So, oh, file name and handler name are the same. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, got it. Cool. We may actually get something in a second, something that's usable. I just need to update this one little bit in our Lambda, and our handler is called. That'll do it. Yeah, so I think I just stuffed up the name of the handler function, so we should be able to just fix that, and then we're all gravy. Right. Module name.export value. So index.handler calls exports.handler in index.js. So for us, that is, where are you? Why won't that pop over? There we go. For us, what the, okay. For us, that is handler in index.js. So it should be index.handler. Index.handler. I think that should be the right value. Get rid of that. Index.handler. So we'll do our Terraform plan. And in theory here, guys, I mean, once I'm finished with this, I should be able to upload this, and pretty much anybody should be able to spin it up in their own AWS account and just create their own Mailin account and figure out some, tweak the values a bit, and it should just work. So
Pete, if you've got any other people who are interested in running this little scam, we could do it in a pretty easy fashion. Alright, hopefully this will work. And then I can go to sleep. Cool, that was quick. So now, if I hit this, it might just work. Nope. Okay. Do we need to redeploy something? Let's refresh this, make sure it updated properly. Index.handler. Look at this. It's got the bloody thing in here. Man, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Exports.handler. Yeah, that's the right thing. Did I hit cache or something? Maybe I hit the cache. Cache. That's my test that I just did now. It's 10 past 12. Okay. No. This is good. I think this is good. Endpoint response body before transformations is done. Malformed Lambda proxy response. Well, that doesn't seem right. Is that because my response that I'm expecting in the API gateway is set up wrong? That seems actually pretty good. It seems like things kind of worked as they should have. Not getting logs in here. I might have to configure that. But if we have a look at here, that. Oh, so it's just the fact that. Oh, it's just the fact that I'm not returning the right response type. But I think. See, where are my Lambda logs? Let's set those up. Monitoring. Yeah, there we go. There's our invocation. We got an error, but that's fine. Jump to logs. Are they in a weird spot or something? Huh. Do we need to configure logging on our Lambda? Configuration. Execution, debugging and error handling. Dead letter Q, we don't want that. What does that do? Trace your function. Auditing compliance. Don't need that. We want to change that name. It should be called my role. Monitoring. We want to monitor this. Jump to logs. What's wrong here? Haven't got the logging set working clearly, but I think we might have to call it there. Let me just fix that up quickly to make this role not be called my role, because that's a bad name for an AWS role. Where does that get set? Permission. Oh, there it is. Let's call it automated rewards lambda role. Yeah, just the same as that. Let's update that. Well, okay, so we've kind of we've made a little bit of progress in that I'm pretty sure the lambda is actually getting. I really do like Terraform. I bloody love it. So we've made a bit of progress in that. We are actually executing the lambda. I'm gonna write a little to-do in a second, but we're getting there. We've got a lambda running, so realistically, let me just, before it jumps out of my head, let's stick a to-do in the root level of this directory so that we can know where to leap off next time. It'll be pretty straightforward from here because we figured out, Pete, for your benefit, we figured out earlier, and I mean, thankfully for this, and this may not always be true, but from the samples that you sent me, the link to do the activation is always inside like an anchor element
that has the text activate now in all caps. So I think we can just search for elements like that and click the link there. We'll have to do a little bit of user agent spoofing. I think that's just prudent, just to make sure it doesn't, just to make sure it seems like it's coming from a real browser and a real person. Now, the only thing that has occurred to me is this may all fall down if Woolworths are smart enough to block AWS IP ranges. Yeah, it is very easy to target. It should be pretty easy to get an XPath query that does that, or something like that. We'll figure out how to do the HTML parsing, or figure out how to actually extract the HTML, because we need to have just a quick look at how it gets received by the Lambda, because it came up in a bit of a funny format. I very much doubt they would be smart enough to do that. So hopefully it should be pretty straightforward. And then the other thing I was talking about at the beginning of the stream is the other feature I'd like to add is if it can't find a link of that format, it's probably got an email. Well, it's got an email that either it can't deal with or that it should never have received, like the email filter worked wrong. So we should probably kick that back to your inbox. And I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I suspect AWS will have a service to enable that. So fingers crossed, we should be able to sort that out, because we're going to have all of the request body. So I think we can just kick it out. Maybe we could even use a separate email service and just kick it out and post the message there and then post it back to you. But yeah, we should be able to figure that out relatively easily. Okay. Let's head up to here and stick a to-do in here before I forget. So, to-do for next time. Need to add TypeScript types for API gateway proxy response. Currently, the default response that is being provided by the Lambda starter isn't sufficient, and the API gateway is complaining. That shouldn't be too hard. So we just have to figure out what that proxy response type is supposed to look like what we're supposed to pass back there, and then we should be all fine from then on. The second thing will be actually pass emails. Well, determine what the emails... Oh, actually, before we do that, figure out why the lambda doesn't appear to be logging properly. Then determine what the emails look like once they hit the lambda. And then we need to figure out how to click the response, or click the link with appropriate user agent spoofing, maybe capture request from my browser and use those values. You can split that line. Line's too long. And then figure out if it's easy enough to send emails that don't match our selectors back to Pete's inbox, either using AWS service or Mailtrap. I think Mailtrap can do that sort of stuff. And then I think that's it. Cool. So look, it was a fun little session today. I definitely had fun playing around with a few little things that I haven't played around before. Certainly enjoyed getting a bit of a run. Let's put up to the big camera. Figuring out Terraform using, or how it integrates with Lambdas. The fact that it can just grab a zip file and upload that is pretty damn cool, and that integrates nicely with the workflow we've got here.
with that. Finding that TypeScript starter was handy. So yeah, very glad that we got that working. A bit frustrating that we had so many issues with the API gateway. That's something to that I need to figure out further going forward. I guess the mental model of how you set up the resources there and the requests and the body parsing and stuff like that. It's a little convoluted, and I still haven't wrapped my head around it. So we kind of got a bit bogged down there, but I think we got out of it in the end. I had a lot of fun. It's back. It's good to be back. I'm glad so many of the friendly faces and the regulars joined. Thank you, Xenocron. Thank you, Slayer Darth. Apologies that I kind of didn't chime in on the conversation that was going on in the chat there. But it seems interesting. It seems like you're working in a frustratingly constrained environment, Slayer Darth. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thanks for joining us, Pete. Appreciate it. You're the one who kicked off this little project, so yeah, appreciate you popping in. And hopefully we can finish this off in the next session. Now, when that will be is an excellent question, but as usual, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/nixgo, @nixgo. And follow me on here, although I did get a little notice when I logged in to Twitch that the Twitch feed is going away. So if you have been relying on, like, when I tend to send out a little update sort of 4 or 5 hours before I'm going to stream via Twitch on the feed, been relying on that for stream times, stop and hop over to twitter.com/nixgo and follow me there, because I always put stuff out there, and there's much more, there's all sorts of fun there. I was beer ranting and raving about some great beers I had yesterday, and all sorts of other fun stuff. So hop on over to there. The blog.skoof.com. Feels bad, man. That's alright, Xenocron. As usual, there will be VODs available on Twitch, and I will push a full recording out to YouTube so that you can watch it forever and ever. I'll do that within the next day or so. What else? blog.skoof.com. Go there, read about all the stuff I've been up to. Probably got a few more blog posts on the go. I'll probably write a blog post about this, actually. I'm going to start drafting that tomorrow, because that'll be a fun little nice, short, self-contained project. What else has been going on? More projects still on the way. I'm with a really fun team now. Well, I was with a fun team before. But I'm now also with a fun team, and I think I mentioned the cowboy box. The box with the big giant red button on the top, and you go and it plays that cowboy song from Bon Jovi. I want to work on that. I've been hardware hacking a little bit lately for we had a hackathon at work, and we hacked on an old arcade machine, which was heaps of fun. But so I've gotten that hardware bug back. So I'd be keen to do a bit more hacking there, break out the Arduino, bust out some C for you guys, which is always good fun. There'd be some interesting bits there, because we'd have to stick an SD card into the interface, a micro SD card with the Arduino, which would be interesting and fun. I have never done that before. I'm sure it's not too hard. I'm sure there's libraries for it, but just a little bit of fun, and speakers and electronics. It's always good times. So hopefully that in the future. And yeah, like I said, next time I'll be picking this up and we'll be ticking off the rest of those to-dos. And hopefully that will be this week. If not, it'll be next Saturday, I'd say, possibly early in the morning again. And thank you, Xenocron. Yeah, the job transition did go pretty well. I miss all the old people from work, though. Lovely people there. Pete's one of them. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Thanks for joining. Appreciate your time, taking time out of your busy schedules and your busy evenings. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.